Michael Andretti, the owner of Andretti Autosport, has officially been rejected for his bid to join the F1 grid in 2024. Yes, I know, I'm late to the party. The officials over at F1 cite the fact that the Andretti name would not bring enough value to F1. The question is, would he really not bring enough in value? I'll take this opportunity to dive into Andretti and his accomplishments in motorsports to see if we can figure out where the lack of value is warranted. Starting with the fact that Michael Andretti used to be a Formula One driver. He did only have a single year in 1993 with McLaren, and in that time only managed a single podium with a bunch of DNFs. So that's not really too great.
Side by side they get together, and Michael and Tracy both to the wall.
But if we move into IndyCar, which features in the United States, he has a bit more luck. By a bit, I mean a lot. As a driver, he won 42 races in kart, and in 1991 took the IndyCar World Series Championship over a period of 19 years from 1983 to 2002, which puts him into third of the all-time greats in IndyCar. He also raced at the 24-Hour Le Mans 3 times and got the highest of third in 1991. So he's a multi-race winner and regularly podiums in various types of racing. But then there's also the other part of Andretti, which is that he is a race team owner. And as an owner, he's pretty good too. Andretti Autosport has been involved in the IMSA Sports Car Championship, IndyCar Series, Indy NXT, Formula E, Extreme E, Supercar Championship, and the Super 2 Series. And for the sake of keeping this video on the shorter time, I'm going to focus on the big ones. That being IMSA, IndyCar, and Formula E. In Formula E, Andretti has been competing since 2014 and partnering up with the likes of BMW, and most recently under the banner of Avalanche Andretti Motorsport. While the team ended up with third place for the constructors last year, their driver Jake Dennis took the championship for the 22-23 season. And for the 24-25 season, they currently stand at fourth in the constructor standings. They race in a few different categories in IndyCar, and through that they have 4 IndyCar Series championships and 5 Indy NXT titles. They've also won the Indianapolis 500 6 times, and they've won the Indy Lights Championship 5 times as well. So in the world of IndyCar, they're doing really well. The last category is IMSA. I put this one last because they haven't been in IMSA super long. In 2021 and 22, they came in 5th in the LMP3 category. For 23, they had an entry in the LMP3 category and ended 9th out of 11th in that class. Not great, but they do have another entry in the GTD category. They came up 21st out of 26. Yeah, that's not great either. But there are new rules and regulations for 2024, and they partnered up with Wayne Taylor Racing to compete in the top class of GTP. And in the first race at the Rolex 24 in Daytona, they managed 3rd place in the Acura ARX 06. Going over all that, there's clearly a ton of recognition with his name regardless whether it's him or his team. So now we have to get down to the brass tacks of money, which basically means what sponsors does he bring? Well, let's take a look. In recent years, they've had sponsors from companies like Capstone and PowerTap. And in the green energy space, they've had brands like Damon and House of Lithium. They also have Bryant, a heating and cooling system company. Then there's other companies like the big name Napa Auto Parts. Then there is the Italian company MyPay, which is a chemical company. Then there's the lithium-ion battery company Curl. And if they got into F1, they would definitely bring their driver Colton Herta, who has a big sponsorship with Gamebridge. So it really doesn't seem like Andretti Autosport wouldn't bring either a brand name or sponsorship money. So after looking at the most relevant stats over the last 10 years, it's clear to see that Andretti has the capacity to be competitive. Maybe not as title contenders off the bat, but definitely a strong midfield, which as a brand new team is an exciting prospect. How do you think Andretti would do in F1? Also, if you want more details on any team on the grid, let me know in the comments below and I'll see you in the next one.